The $1,000,000 question that has sparked so many debates and conflicts all over the world at all times. Can a man and a woman be friends? My answer is, it depends. A relationship between a man and a woman is inevitable, whether it will be in schools, work, normal interactions, daily events, so on and so forth. There's no doubt when a man or woman chooses to be friends with someone from the opposite sex, it's because initially something in them was attractive, and it was attractive enough to spark that interest in being friends. I mean, think about it. Many men like the idea of being close friends with beautiful women, partly because of its ego, and partly it's because some of these beautiful women can introduce those men to other beautiful women, their friends. And that's kind of how it works, and you expand your circle and you expand your natural selection and the choices that you can have with. A lot of men do that. Now, many of those friendships can be purely platonic. That's true, I don't deny that. But we have to focus on the word platonic here. I think it's platonic because each party get what they want. Let me explain further. Person A says, I enjoy what we have and I don't want to ruin it. I like this feeling. Person B says, I'm getting what I want without escalating it. Person C says, no point in trying with this person because they don't want to commit or they don't live in the same country, etc., etc. Person D says, I know them so well that I can't tolerate being with them every day. I know I won't handle it. So, and these are true reasons. These are reasons where people really think about it from a deep perspective. Some of them get what they want. Some of them don't want to ruin what they want. And some of them don't have the balls to escalate. And some of them do not want to deal with this person all the time. Various perspectives. But all of that encourages people to have a very platonic friendship and not try anything to ruin it. You see, a friendship between a man and a woman is more about circumstances and the situation. Some people prefer it that way, and some people can't handle it because it morphs and it develops into something more, and they can't control their emotions, and they end up liking the other person, which tends to break down a lot of friendships. I'm always reminded about this line: you can't have it all. This is something my friend told me a very long time ago. You simply can't. He went on and said, even if you are physically attracted to every single woman that you see, or you're physically attracted to a lot of attractive women, you can't sleep with all of them. It doesn't work like that, because it's too tiresome and it becomes a burden and it becomes annoying. You can't live life like that, right? So what you need to do is that you need to pick and choose who are the ones that you truly feel like you can develop something with them if you do want to sleep with them, and keep the other ones as friends. And that's a more healthier way of looking at it and viewing it. And it's sick, and his words always stuck with me, because I get where he's coming from, especially if you're in a place where, like a Dubai, like a Miami, like a Paris, you always end up meeting beautiful women. As a guy, are you gonna make a move on every woman that moves, or every attractive woman in your eyes that is moving around the city? I mean, it's irrational. As I said earlier, it's very tiring. So it doesn't make sense. So his advice, it wasn't advice, it was more of a conversation, but his opinion on it was that just pick and choose who you want to be with, physically or romantically, and keep the other ones as friends, and find some genuine common things that you guys enjoy together and develop that friendship. Yeah, and that makes sense, because ultimately not everyone is judged. Well, I believe not everyone should be judged on their appearances or their sexual attractiveness. They should be also judged on what they bring to the table in terms of whatever commonalities that you have with each other. She's someone that's interested in the things that you're interested in, whether it's sports, hobbies, museums, whatever all that stuff is, right? You share passions and commonalities. And also, it's true as well, that can blossom into something that is even romantic one day, but it didn't start off like that. But you got to know the side of a person who's attractive to you physically, but you got to know them on a level where you appreciated them more. That's why I answered earlier, it depends, because it truly depends. It depends on what are the genuine things both people want and what are they seeking out from this friendship, right? Men are physical creatures. If they meet someone that they're physically attracted with, that infatuation continues to grow and develops into what you call interest and a like, and eventually love, because that's how men are programmed. You are attracted to someone physically, and then that develops into more and more when you find out that their interests and their hobbies aligns with what you like as well, with your interests and your hobbies as a man. And others are just horny on a random darkened night and things escalate. That's the difference between them, right? So you have to understand as well, what are you seeking out? What is it into you as a man or as a woman? What is it for you in this friendship? Are you getting what you want without involving lust or sexual appeal or romantic attraction? If you're not, then it's probably not going to be platonic eventually, because you're not receiving what you actually were seeking for. So that's why it's very important to evaluate how the friendship is working for you, right? I think people try to maybe avoid the science of friendship, right? Nowadays, and I said this in earlier videos, friendship is so fragile. Anything can tear it apart, right? But what tends to happen is, as long as you have things that are genuinely common between you, and you care for each other's welfare, and it develops into something more, it won't break away, right? Because you enjoy the same things, right? And people like to enjoy the things that they love with others. That's just natural. That's a natural human behavior. So I think you have to really come and understand with yourself. As I said earlier, you can't bang every girl, and not every girl is going to sleep with every guy as well. But you would like to develop friendships from the and I can say this, I have a lot of female friends, and their perspective on many things that I talk to them about is amazing. You need a female's perspective on really sensitive topics that can help you in your life, especially as well, could be relationships. I'm not vouching for that, but I'm just giving an example. If you are somebody who would like to get that perspective, it could be dealing with other females within your family. It could be a boss. If you have a female boss that you're not getting along with, your friend can advise you and tell you maybe the things that can work better with her in terms of chemistry. So there's a lot of angles, right? And of course, the most important thing, and I think this is the most important thing for me, it gets you comfortable and prepared when you want to be with someone who you really want to pursue. It gets you just, you understand their habits, and you understand what ticks them, what doesn't tick them. And I'm not trying to generalize, but there are very common traits among all women. And the more you are, on cue, and you understand what to pick on, the more your reactions and and how you alter your behavior and how you alter your decision making helps you develop your interaction better. And as I said earlier, there are many people out there that enjoy and love the platonic friendship. For example, if you're somebody, as a guy, if my female friend is an amazing storyteller, and I love people who are great storytellers, whether they're males or females. If you're a great storyteller, why the hell would I want to sabotage that? I know that my time with you is incredibly amazing, because I love hearing stories, and I love listening to storytelling, and how people are able to elaborate on their experiences. I truly enjoy that. To me personally, I'm like, why would I even try to sabotage that here? Just for a moment of lust, it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't add up. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there are different needs and different wants for people, and those really dictate your decision making when it comes to deciding if that friendship is going to be a platonic, non-sexual, non-romantic, nothing of the sort, or you would like to pursue more. And yes, I know emotions and feelings develop. That's life. That happens. So I'm not going to fault anyone for that. That's just the way it is. But I think you also have to take a step back and understand, if you are going to pursue this, and of course you should, whether it's a man or woman, if you like someone like that romantically and you want to pursue it, you pursue it for the right reasons, knowing that person is the one for you, suitable for you. Your fun and your great feeling of excitement and loving someone will elevate furthermore, and you're willing to compromise on the things that they give you. Ultimately, humans are emotional creatures. They will crash and burn if they don't create boundaries for themselves. And by adopting this mentality of creating boundaries to your platonic friendships and picking the people, whether it's a man or a woman, to be strictly your friend, it helps you have self-restraint, self-control, and get what you need from every interaction that you're dealing with in life. What do you guys think? Let me know. Do you feel like a man and a woman can be friends? Do you think a platonic friendship is a real thing, or eventually someone develops feelings and either they end up together or everything crashes and burns? Let me know your thoughts. Would love to hear it. I'll catch you soon.